Rifle binds and burn them up, turn them over, broke them up. As in go fi take a sip out the ink up, I take a puffy man in rascal girl. Man them belly them a chuck, never know me so fuck up. Evil us so till he walk, I ain't let me a go cut. Cause a pussy a go suck, turn the girl in a me slut. Want to see how she cock up, push it in she all a buck, overflow like. Why, chop, I don't type it, style, like, come down. We next. You see the trees. And from you see the trees, you know we next people. And you know the podcast, it actually named You See the Trees Podcast. Yeah, it actually named You See the Trees Podcast. So people want to like, subscribe and share and get this podcast. Well, actually it's actually King RAHOVAH. It's actually on King RAHOVAH's channel, but coming soon I will have to separate this and have You See the Trees Podcast. But I'm just growing this from my channel, so yeah, people, just stay tuned. So yeah, it's as you guys know, what the topic is about for today is actually about Massacre versus King. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you my review based off the two artists separately. So I'm gonna give you my review on Massacre, my review on King, and I'm going to give you the review of if there was supposed to be a clash and surrounding the issues surrounding these two artists, because there are a lot of issues that are surrounding these two artists, and there's a lot of programming trying to take place in regards to these artists, these two set of artists. So people have to just use their head and realize everything. But shout out, before we go any further, shout out to my main sponsor, which is, I don't know, We Next, I see it. We Next are the main sponsor of all my videos, so people, shout out to it, you see me? And respect to all of the people that may support the thing, you see me? All of the people that may try to get the thing to 100k and more, you see me? So yeah, enough respect to them, and yeah, I guess that will be all I will say in regards to the We Next. So let's jump right into this now. So first person I'm gonna look at right now, yeah, I'm gonna be looking at Massacre. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking at Massacre, seeing that reason being I'm going to be looking at Massacre, not saying for superior level, but reason being I'm going to be looking at Massacre is based on the longevity of both these two artists. Reason being I'm looking at Massacre first is because of his longevity, as well as his impact on dancehall. Is get me per se. Not saying King doesn't have a large or a greater impact right now, but I'm just saying Massacre's impact on dancehall per se, because you know that these two entertainers are doing two different genres of music as far as I'm concerned right now. So yeah, so as well as the reason being I'm gonna state Massacre as well is because of him being a forerunner before the popular artist King. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it off with making reference in regards to Massacre. So yeah, people, and you might through the video see performance of Massacre, you get me. So anyways, this, but as I would say, so Massacre is actually a hard hitting artist. Actually, he went to Calabar, as most people know. So most people don't get the gist already with Massacre. Most people, what I would have to say about Massacre, a lot of people already know. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of people already know the type of artist that Massacre is, that no one has tried to compete with him besides Chandizi and Khaled. And we all saw how that turned out, you get me? So there was no comparison in regards to Massacre being a rivalry to contend with, or a hot rivalry to contend with. You know you have to go hard when it comes to Massacre. You get what I'm saying? So, but what I wanted to say in regards to the whole thing is, to be honest, I don't think Massacre was actually looking to have any beef with Skingdon or of the sort, or have any fight with Skingdon, because to be honest, I think he's more in the perspective of trying to rival alkaline, seeing that alkaline would be like the young dancehall king with Vibes Cartel not being physically around, you get me? So everybody would have say, yo, alkaline would have run at this space because I didn't there, which is logical to speak on. You get what I'm saying? So Masika want to rival him, and Masika knowing his talent, I go say, yeah, if we beat him, then I may get the crown and road. So that's basically what Masika want. You get me? I say, but what a lot of people don't know and don't remember, say, once you have all enemies, those enemies, once they are not fully extinguished, they will always be there. You get what I'm saying? And it wasn't the case where Masika made friends with Governor and Idona after any previous beefs that they had. No, their beefs continued to always brew, and hence that they know, say, rivalry have always did. You see it? So that is the reason for this local rivalry between Kingdom and Masika, in a sense that Masika had beef with Governor and Idona from in the past. You get me I say? Masika come up and him journey this starts slow, but eventually as him going to get better and better and better than how he did good. And at the end of the day, nobody never there try to rival him. You get me I say? However, at this day and age, Masika are one of the most hottest artists, as well as talked about artists, as well as prolific artists where that is concerned. You get what I'm saying? So for you to name the top 5 best artists right now and best songs, Masika will be in it with any one of his songs that recently came out in 2022. You get what I'm saying? However, Governor, I do want to realize that. I know, say, no matter what, Governor will never be on the type of level where Masika is, just to be honest with you. So Governor is not on the level that Masika is, to be honest. You get what I'm saying? Neither is Idona. You get what I'm saying? However, Skengdan, based on his popularity, which is growing and ever growing, you can rival Skeng with a Masika. And if Skeng should compete with a Masika and take his acclaimed tune, then from there, Skeng will be on a level of a Vibes Cartel. You get what I'm saying? So that is the reason hence why they are trying to push this narrative of Skeng and Masika. Masika, I don't Skeng even want to have any rivalry with Masika, because he already know the type of artists we might go up against. But because of the programming with Governor and I do not have him under, so that is the reason being for this. So that is the reason. But to be honest with you, Masika has a slew of hits. I'm not talking about singing about Mali and talking about gun and killing people. I'm talking about positivity where the grand people can listen to. That is songs that we can hit the Grammy. We're talking about those type of music, hit songs. We're not talking about gun songs that are hit songs, pop money songs that are hit songs, trash that are hit songs. We're talking about influential, positive songs that are hit songs. Masika has more than 10 of those. So you cannot compare a Masika with a Skeng in regards to good music or in regards to being a clash artist. Now I'll move over to Skeng for a bit. To be honest with you, Skeng is a fast upcoming artist. Reason being because of the day and age where you know say badness or work, and once you profess badness or push badness to a certain degree or level, then you're gonna have a lot of people support you or push a thing, especially certain communities or areas. So for example, Skeng be in St. Catherine, so he will actually have a big push coming from there, especially if there's a lot of money coming from there. He will have a big push, which he has been getting. Get what I'm saying? So taking Mali is actually, taking Mali is actually not only a sign of weakness, but it is actually a sign that you have to be hyped up to do certain things. And not only that, most people who take those certain hard drugs or substances have done certain things in their life that they regret, sorry. And majority of the time those things will display or come about on their mind, which they cannot handle, which will cause them to do derogatory things or negative things. So in a sense, people are saying, yeah, Pop Molly nice and rare, but when you also look about the spiritual effect of it, most people who are taking this money are emphasizing and professing this money. They are doing a lot of things behind the scenes that the eyes, if the eyes should actually see, trust me, it would not be a good day for them. So they have to be taking these hard drugs and substances to forget about what actually occurred or happened. You get what I'm saying? So that is my sense. But regardless, Skeng is a great, I didn't say a good artist, not a great artist, especially in Vice, pushing to go far, because he have a very unique voice, different from majority of them artists that may come out just like Skinny Man. Him voice different, just like Skinny Man. So I have to reach far. You get me? I say, and for him, even a thing to go up against Massacre is a brave thing, it's a brave thought, because a lot of artists back in the past would have never even tried to even go against him. Most of them would have even tried to say, alright, let me do a song with him. Now I'm going on a fight with Massacre, and I can't massacre them a lot even. You see me one side they'll landslide, but for Skeng Ratty Gang to say, alright, now go up against this guy and prove, say, this guy, I am not afraid of you. That is very brave. You get what I'm saying? However, all of this is a whole press button situation, as I stated before. Because if you check the levels behind it, majority of Skeng is actually a part of a more like a link with Fort Jenner, which consists of Idona, GS, Governor, you name it. Intense just to see it. Now, Joshy recently made a truce with Massacre. Everybody saw that, probably. Massacre has always been aligned to Gaza. Let me repeat that. Massacre has always been aligned to Gaza. Hence, he will always be against the vendetta. You know what I'm saying? So, at that point in time, and Alkaline actually are friends with Intense. And I just link him on Ray. Even if you don't see him on his show, them are actually friends. I want a more deeper friend, but them are actually friends. You see? So, and Skeng too, like them are bring Skeng in at the link. Because it's a whole it's a separation, segregation that go on that take place now. Get what I'm saying? So most people don't understand is this, yo, no matter where you're thinking yourself, bro, Skeng nah go with Vibes Cartel like that, honestly speaking. Because him rate governor them, and governor them nah go say cartel, because him rate I don't know them. I don't know him and a man really and truly they feel like that, you see me? And majority of the man them I go pre-cartel and say, yo, I'm a real whatever. They don't rate him like that, you see me? So in that sense too, Skeng now it have a hard for you to see Skeng say my link with cartel or cartel link with him, because cartel is a ranking piece of boy too. But I feel like he might just get up and link with man too. So that make it even worse. So he come back down to me and show you say at the point in time, it all depends on what the artist then plan for them. Because some first show say there was a little rivalry and there was a lot of bomb rush. And based on my understanding, Skeng never want to close the show because majority of the people are going. But to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter who closes the show. Once you have loyal fans, and maybe I say this, once your fans them loyal to you, not just for today but for eternity, it doesn't really matter what time you enter the stage. You can enter in the morning or close the show, they're going to support you. So that should have never been an issue for Skeng. However, Massacre should have never bombarded the stage because him don't know say him fi perform last. So why know say if you perform last and our cause this whole controversy will cause issues just to prove who better. So at the point in time, Massacre himself wanted to prove a point right there because even though nothing wrong with closing the show because your fans them are loyal to you, but if Skeng was supposed to close the show, then me feel like he would have closed the show. He wouldn't even have no issue with it. But Massacre being supposed to close the show and run go on the stage before Skeng, that's like a total disrespect because the likes no agreement they come to say alright, man, go up on the stage or whatever. So yeah, I understand Skeng's perspective. You get me? I say, so our person just have to look on it in a that form of way and say, yo, that is the reason why Skeng and frozen whatever, you know. You get what I'm saying? But people, tell me what are your thoughts on this whole Massacre Skeng saga. And if you want to find out what else I have in store in regards to this, just comment in the comment section below for episode 3, Massacre Skeng. I will definitely give you a review on this. And I was supposed to give you guys the Donnelly case, but that has to be put on pause due to more information needed to process this. But just stay tuned, people. It's actually my first time doing a podcast, so just jog along and talk along. You get what I'm saying? And it will eventually grow with your guys' help. So remember, people, like, subscribe, and share. Get me to 100k and more, alright? And stay tuned for more facts and figures. You get what I'm saying? Just DM me, message me with your questions. I will definitely give you answers, alright? Well, I chop, I do it. People, I said, I come down. We next. You see the cheese, my family see the cheese and we next.